Hello again, yes, it's me. I'm sorry I don't have anybody more attractive for you today, but it's Jim Dowson, guest presenter with the Templar Emergency COVID-19 broadcast Great Lockdown of 2020. I hope you're all well, I hope you're all keeping fit and fine, and I'm sure you are. Although, big shout out to our dear brother in Alabama, Gary. Did you know that poor man's been waiting in a jag? A really, really painful condition the man's got in his back, and he's been having to wait for this jag because it's non-essential. Well, you know, somebody with a back problem, I'll tell you, it is essential. So Gary, thoughts and prayers for you, brother, and thank you very much for your kind gift yesterday for that lady. Much appreciated. You're a good man yourself, Gary. And Gary's also come up with some very good ideas regarding the use of a church. Unbelievable. Answer to prayers. I've been, not just me, the whole priory's been praying and praying and praying. Leave it to an old Dixie boy. I think he's got his fix. So, Frank, what's going on? Are you early? If you ran out of that pecan hooch, man. This must be fun. Frank, do you know we're on lockdown? He's been on the old hooch for the last 6 weeks. Do you know what's happening, Frank? There's a virus everywhere. You're not allowed out your house, man. That's what's happened. He's been on the pecan for 6 weeks. Good to see you back, Frank. John Andrews, God bless you, John. Patrick Moriarty, how you doing? Nice to see you. Who have we got here? Stephen Carden, how's it going from Manchester? How you doing, Stephen? Hope it's all good in Manchester. Paul, my old friend, Paul Telford in sunny Liverpool. God bless you, my friend. Les Androkovich, greetings from Alberta, Canada. Scott Rash, he's in the state of Minnesota. Clinton Dixon, my good old brother. Howdy, partner. Gary Johnston, how you doing? Nice, Gary, good man. Kenneth Driver, fine man. Greg Hurth, another fine man. They're all fine men. Robert Erickson, excellent. Donald Pollock, good morning. Wes McFarlane, great guy, Texas brother. Angus Gibson, Richard Shell from Oregon. Well done. How are you? James Relf, Neville Walker. In fact, Ricardo, I've got a funny story actually from your state, Oregon. Yeah, why don't I tell it? Will I tell it? Okay, I'll tell it. When I was arrested, deported in Hungary, for being a danger to national security. Imagine a wee fella like me. Ridiculous. Anyway, it was one of these political things that had to be done. There was no bad blood. The priory was allowed to be left open. The Grand Prior is still there, no problem at all. But I had to go because I'm a foreigner. And they don't want pesky foreigners in their country. How you doing, Kev O'Mahony in Dublin? Great. And, you know, it's their country. I'm a nationalist, so I believe, do what you want. If you don't want me in your country, throw us out. And they did. Anyway, I was kept in a prison, jail cell. This is true. They refused to shut the doors on me because I was with the Templars. They said, we don't shut the doors on the Templars. No way. And the secret police were demanding that the cops would do this, and the cops said, no, we're not doing it. We're not shutting the door on the man. And the Grand Prior was got in. He can get in anywhere, that fella. And he came in and said, we're going to have a prayer time. And of course, he's a very devout Roman Catholic gentleman. So he was doing decades of the rosary. I never knew there was so many. And I was singing the psalms and doing all the rest of it. And the policemen all stood and watched. It was very nice. Anyway, it was time to go. And they never lock my door. They said, if you give us your word as a Templar that you will not try and escape, we don't lock the door. And they never shut it. They didn't even shut it, never mind lock it. Anyway, the day came that I was to be deported. And the only country that would take us in was Serbia. And the Serbs, I couldn't tell you how good they were. But the soldiers, full uniform, big blokes, put me through all the crews in Budapest airport, and everybody's looking, oh my goodness, what's this guy got? Now, I had with me a bag of stainless steel cooking pots, for it was a brother's wife. You can't get good stuff over there, so I brought these stainless steel cooking pots from the UK, and I had a bulletproof vest. So I've got these, these pots are clanking. I was like a travelling gypsy, and I had this bulletproof vest, and these big, massive soldiers, all the gear and the guns, escorted me right through all the crowds. Park, get out the way, dangerous people coming through here. Put me on the plane, and by the Lord, they've got to put me on the plane, make sure I've hooked myself in before they leave. And as I hooked myself in, the two guys came to attention, clicked their heels, and saluted, and said, God bless the Knights Templar for our freedom in Europe. And bowed, and off they went. And of course, the whole plane was sitting saying, good grief, what's going on? So there was a woman in front of me, a young woman, rather attractive young lady, but I could tell she was a red. You know, like that funny look about them, deranged look. And she kept looking at me, and I said, are you looking at me? She went, oh no. I says, I caught you, you're looking at me. What is it? Can't be my beauty. She said, no, what is this all about? I says, well, I'm classed as a dangerous individual. She went, well, I gather that, but what do you do? And I said, well, I couldn't tell you. So I said, come here. And she came over to me and I whispered to her, I said, if I tell you, I have to kill you. She said, oh, don't tell me. But anyway, we got talking and she said, right, I get the bulletproof vest in your line of work. I understand that. But why have you got all those pots? But anyway, it turns out she was a lawyer in Oregon for, wait for it, Antifa. I'm not joking. She was one of their lawyers. She was an Antifa lawyer. And she says, oh my goodness. And once she found out my name, she says, I've heard of you. Can I get my picture? And with selfies on the plane with me with a bulletproof vest on her, all the shenanigans. And she was going to Serbia, so I gave her a few good places to go to, all right-wing places, of course. So I don't know if she ever left Serbia. But that was just a wee story for you. Who else have we got here? Jane, how you doing, Jane? Brian Payton, God bless you in Florida. Excellent, good to see you all. Donald Fanning. Donald, how are you, Donald? I've spoke to you for a while. Excellent. Yeah, there's a lot of good people here. Illuminati 1488. Yep. Yeah, good people. Excellent. So I want to make a wee start today on some things that are of interest. I've got to tell my techie brother so he knows. I'm going to go with that Donald Trump having a go at the president again. Oh dear. Paddy Nolan, how you doing? Terrible hay fever, folks. I'm really sorry. Paddy Nolan, that sounds Irish. Are you an Irishman? Could be a woman. What women call themselves Paddy these days? Not so sure. Sorry, we'll get in a minute. But it's basically, Donald Trump can't... Oh, well, wait a minute. Before we do that, brother, I forgot to do my Bible reading. I do beg your pardon. Right, quick Bible reading today, folks. I'm in the Old Testament. You know that's the type of guy I am. I'm in Leviticus 26. Leviticus 26. No too long. Don't worry about it. This is a Lord giving his people a right ticking off. And I'm reading from verse 4. So where am I? It's chapter 26, verse 14. Okay. But if you will not hearken unto me, I will not do all these commandments. And if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye seek to break my covenant, I will also do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, burning ague, that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of the heart, and ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies, and they that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when no man pursueth. Where did these lefties get the idea that God's a big hippie? That's pretty serious stuff, and that's what's happening to us right now. If you don't toe the line with God, he's not going to be nice, and he's going to put evil men on top of us. He's going to allow our enemies to run wild over us. People say, well, I don't know that can happen. It's happening. It's happening every day, as we well know. So time to turn back to God. And listen, I'm going to say something very controversial here. There's a surprise. Who would have thought it, eh? But I'm going to say something controversial, and it's basically based on the readings and my interpretation of the great Irish patriot, Padraig Pearse. And it's very simple. Nationalism is not about hating people or being, racially superior to anybody. That's not what nationalism's about. Nationalism is a deep spiritual connection between the divine and the soil and your soul. That's what nationalism is. And you're only motivated by a burning love and passion for your country, your people, and your God. So, ergo, I do not believe in all conscience that you can be a nationalist of any description, because there only is one type of nationalist, a real one. You cannot be a real nationalist if you're not fully committed in a spiritual way that transcends political rhetoric or ideology. That's my opinion, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anyway, let's go on to Donald Trump's thing here. Let me see this. You won't believe this. Let me see this. So, Donald Trump has just sent a load of people in America money, a lot of money, for being out of work, okay? So he sends this letter, my fellow Americans, to stimulate people. But the headline is, have we got the headline? They're all screaming abuse at him. Don't know. The headline of the story actually was people were going mad. Donald Trump, he's a disgrace. His signature looks as if some girl or some schoolboys wrote it. He's a disgrace. He's bringing this country into disrepute. Hello? The man has just sent millions, tens of millions of people a couple of $1,000. But still the media attack the man. Still the media attack this man. It's unbelievable. It's so petty. It's so vindictive. It's so small-minded. And it's so wicked. You know, as my old granny used to say, and I think I've told you this before, when you throw a stone into a pack of dogs, the one that yelps is the one you've hit. And Donald Trump must be throwing some amount of stones into some amount of dogs because they're all yelping. But that's what they are, dogs. The man does something that no other president in the history of the United States of America has ever done. And they pull him up because of his signature. Really? Ah, boy, it doesn't get much more petty and small-minded than that. But that's what the man's got to put up with. So, you know, we support the man. But the other good news is he might well be able to postpone the election for quite a long time due to this emergency situation and legislation. So the old lefties are going to be stuck with President Trump for maybe longer than they would like. But he'd win an election outright anyway. So it's just nonsense that these people are going on like this. But, you know, I want to speak specifically right now to my American brethren. Now, the US economy is down at least 5%. These figures are incredible. There's 25 million Americans laid off work at the moment. 25 million. And a further 20 million on reduced hours, reduced time, reduced money. 45 million people are under pressure. I don't think America has ever seen anything like this since the Great Depression. But back then, they didn't have a president giving you money like Donald Trump has. And you certainly, nobody in their right mind would be criticising anybody who did. But these modern lefties do. It's really, sometimes I feel very sorry for President Trump because it doesn't matter what he does. They still hate him. They just hate him all his life until he's dead. And they'll still hate him when he's dead. Anybody dares put a statue up to the man when he's dead, they'll rip it down, as you well know, like they've done with the Southern generals. You know, that's the thing. The concept of people pulling down statues of generals of the Confederacy fills me with horror. This is like Nazi book burning. This is insane. Look, we've all got things in our history. Some are comfortable, some are not comfortable. I understand some people might not be comfortable with Confederate generals on plinths. But it happened. It's part of America's history. Now, whether you agree with it or you don't. I'm gung-ho. I'm all for it. Dixieland, I'll make my stand. You better believe it. But that's my opinion. I understand a man may have a different opinion, but he has no right at all to pull statues down of men who fought, rightly or wrongly, for what they believed was the right thing to do for their people. It is the height of ignorance. And the Bible warns us, remove not the landmarks of your fathers. And there's a punishment. There's a punishment for doing such things. So I hope God rots that punishment upon these people immediately. Yeah. Now, who's this here? Jim, are you all going to be at the meeting in Houston in May? No, we can't. Not allowed to leave the country, brother. All planes are grounded. Nobody's getting out of the country. Ain't getting out of here alive. Yes, there is we have a conference. Yes, I'm going to conference in through the camera thing. Yes, fully dressed, I may add, in my finest regalia. But we have got do you know that people are fantastic? All the people who are booked into Houston. Not one person, I think one did, but basically nobody asked for a refund. But don't worry, your money's safe. We haven't spent it on Frank's Pecan Moonshine, and we haven't ran off it. It's in an account in America, totally intact, ring-fenced, protected. So when we're off lockdown, maybe July, August, September, we will be going ahead with a conference in Houston, and the people who've already paid, you've paid. That's great. So you're going to have loads of money to buy Drambuie for the official staff coming over from Europe. So there we go. It's excellent. So we will have a look at that, and I look forward to seeing you all. Now, what else have we got here? Tomorrow, it's not confirmed yet, but we might have a very special guest tomorrow. Very special guest tomorrow. Nobody you've seen before. So it could be quite exciting, but I don't want to say too much in case it doesn't happen. So just leave it with me. But you might get a rest for me tomorrow. Well, I'll be interviewing the person. So have a look at that. Again, I want to thank everybody for helping Jada. She's slow but sure. But the good news is her website is now paid and up and running. So again, I salute you, brothers and sisters. Thank you. God bless you. You know, there's not. We also help other parties and other groups and other organisations, and it's always a headache. And I just love getting back to the sanctuary of the Priory and dealing with the Templar people. You guys and ladies are no bother at all. You're grown-ups. You're people of faith, people of courage, and people of integrity. See, when you go outside into the real world, oh my goodness, it's a madhouse full of lunatics, cowards, backbiters, snarlers, liars, and double dealers. Being involved with the Templars was the best choice I've ever made. Or was it a choice? God guided me here. But it's the best thing I've ever done in my life, I can tell you that. And we foster good relations. Nobody backbites in this order. If you've got something to say to a man, don't be saying it online. Wait to a conference and say, brother, I need to talk to you, and have a talk with a person. This backbiting stuff, we don't have it in the Templars, but it does exist out there in spades. Well, have I got news for you? After weeks of torturous negotiations and sampling and trying to get the right one, because there's different things. When you're going to buy a Bible of supreme quality, there's what they call trade, shop quality, the ones that are sold in shops, and there's ones for institutions, institutional Bibles. There's a big difference in the quality, a big difference in the construction, and I've even been looking at some of the construction methods, quite incredible actually. Well, from the oldest Bible manufacturers in the world and the finest Bible manufacturers in the world, we have secured a supply, a limited supply at the moment, of right now pulpit or lectern or family Bibles, the big Bibles. Okay. Now I told you these are expensive, so I don't expect people to be rushing to buy them. Now they are expensive. The things weigh, like I'll tell you the sizes. Wait till you get the size of these things. What size are these things? I'll tell you these things. It's ridiculous. They're okay, so they are. Here we go. They're 11.5 inches high, 9 inches wide, and they're 3.5 inches deep, and they weigh 10.6 pounds. It's about 4.8 kilos. And they're made by the world's oldest Bible manufacturer, solid boards, the most incredible goat skin, just a gilt-edged. I don't even know all the descriptions, but these are just unbelievable. And these are institutional quality. Unbelievable. Fantastic, superb, nothing like them anywhere. Now, couldn't we have got a cheaper one? Yep. Could have got a cheaper one. But you're dealing with God's Word here, folks. You're dealing with the Bible, made by the oldest Bible manufacturer in the world, the finest Bible manufacturer in the world. Yep. So it ain't cheap. Now you can buy the store ones, I think, in America for about $800. Store one, not institutional one. But these are embossed with the Knights Templar order on it. And we might even put a crest on it. I'm just not entirely sure. We might add a crest on it. But they will also have in the introduction page the seal, the actual pressed steel, the seal of the official Knights Templar International Order, Roslin, actually embossed in the inside as well. So you'll have all the gold on the outside. You'll have the official seal in the inside, and they will be numbered. They will be numbered and registered to whoever gets them, because in 50 years you're dead and long gone, I'm dead and long gone. Somebody might have it in the family and think, where did this come from, what's this all about? They can contact the Templars, because I'm sure we'll still be here, and they can get the whole history of who you were. They might even be able to pull up your record, and what did my grandpappy do with the Templars, and they'll have everything. You'll have all your records and where you were, where you went through your ceremony, how much you ever donated, what did you buy, did you have a sword, did you have a dagger. Then they might be able to go and look for them. So they're going to be registered in one of our registries in Roslin. They're going to be individually numbered, and they will be have the press seal of the Knights Templar Order in the inside. Can't get more authentic than that. And as I say, these are the finest Bibles in the world, bar none. Bar none. There's nothing out there better than this. Nothing. If you go to places like Germany and countries like that, you'll be paying guts of €2,000, which is about £1,800 for these. So although they're expensive, they are an investment. Now what we've done, because I'm almost reading there's 45 million people in America, and Britain's about 6 million people not working. I'm not going to try and sell these to you, because it's a Bible. I don't sell Bibles. Swords I'll have a go, but Bibles no. It is what it is. I'll tell you what it is. But we understand. And some of our older, wiser priors said, look, you must bring these in installments. Now, it doesn't help us because we've got to buy these in cash. We've had to front up for these. But to put them on installments for your benefit, I think is wise. Now, the most we've ever done in our life is 6 installments. We've never done more than 6 installments. The Grand Prior himself from Hungary has given us the go-ahead to put these on 10 installments. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, right up to 10. You can pay these up to 10 installments. I would hope a few people would buy them up front, because the order is to lay out a ridiculous amount of money to get these in the quantity to get the price down. So it's up to you. So if you want one, fine. The personal Bibles, which are quite big as well, we're still working on them, but they will be coming out, but it might be another week or so. But the pulpit Bibles are available to order, to sign up for the installments. They're there. And I can't speak highly enough of them. Now, nobody's going to get number 1 because we've got number 1. But from number 2 onwards, because they're all numbered, you'll be able to get them. And they will come also with a certificate and a booklet of the history of the Bible makers themselves and the processes that are involved. And it's all done in parchment paper and so on and so forth. Beautiful brochure that you can see for yourself. So you can see just the quality involved in these. It's just a 4-page brochure done in parchment, and it tells you how the Bible's constructed, how it's put together, the 500 years of history behind it, and you will also have a certificate from the Templar Order giving you your number for your Bible, when you purchased it, and all the details of it. And of course it will be blessed by our senior clergyman in the priory, and then it will be sent, signed for, recorded to yourself via courier, wherever you are on the planet, in the world. Now that price is including delivery. Delivery is very, very expensive, a 5 kilo, £10.5 thing. So that's it. That's you got your stuff. That's me told you. Now I don't know. Can you can't squeeze out of there, brother? Can you? Know? Probably not. That brochure. I just want to show him that insert. The brother's going to go and get it because I forgot it as usual. Because you've got to bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not as young as I used to be, and this wretched virus thing is affecting me in ways you couldn't imagine. Look, I've all broke out. Look at my face. Look, I don't know if you can see that. My whole noses went. Oh, it's terrible. It's really, really terrible. So that's what we've got with that. In a week or two's time, we'll have the personal ones. We'll sort that out. And what else has been happening? We have teams that's been out across the UK, and we have the food parcels still going out. All that stuff's going great. A lot of the stuff's been posted now to boys in America, so you should have that any moment. Wait till I get this thing out for you. Just bear with me, folks, till I get this. Wait a minute, I've got to pull this out of here. So, this is the... I'll try and pull it out of here because it should come out. It should come out of here. That's it. Okay, so you get this little booklet, okay? It tells you all about the construction, how it's all done, and the quality of the leather, where it comes from, and the boards and all that stuff. But I mean, just look at some of these pictures down here. Absolutely stunningly beautiful. So one in a lifetime. And I can assure you, this Bible will outlive you, your son, your grandson, your great-grandson, and so on. This is a Bible that'll be still in your family in 500 years from now. That's if the earth is still here in 500 years, and I've got doubts about that. I think the Lord's coming back, so we pray to God that he comes back soon. We say, hurry, Lord, do not tarry, come quickly. Please come quickly. But things are moving on. We've been given a tip-off today. There's going to be an announcement today in Britain of when we're coming off the lockdown. But, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen it yourself. The levels they're still going to terrorise people are ridiculous, are absolutely ridiculous. They're now in this country involving children and saying children are dying and all this stuff. It's all rubbish, nonsense. And you know, I had a woman on yesterday. I won't say her name, but she tried to join the order and she paid quite a bit of money. And then her restaurant was shut down with a virus. Yep. Down in one of the southern states. Terrible. Family business, been going for years. And she's lost everything. $300,000 gone. Just gone. And she didn't know what to do because she was halfway through a payment plan. So we just refunded the lady because, you know, that's what being a Templar's all about, helping people. And she said, listen, when this thing's over and I get back on my feet, I'll be back to the Templar Order. I says, sister, you're more than welcome. So there's good people out there. They're really good people, but good people are hurting bad with this. They're hurting bad. And I know people are getting checks from the government, but it's not the same. If you've worked hard and built a business, even if you're only a self-employed joiner or plumber or, roofer, small one-man business and everything you've worked for 20 years is down the chute. It's heartbreaking. It's such a heartbreak. But of course, government workers, they don't care. This is like one big vacation to them. They're still getting a full salary. They're in their house. They're having fun. They know for a fact their job is there when all this is over. But if you're self-employed or you work in a small factory or a small company, chances are your job won't be there. It's so tragic. I don't think any of us could ever imagine we're going to live through this scene of time. But the good news is that means big things are happening in this world. And up until a few weeks ago, we were all dying the death of 1,000 cuts. Well, something big is happening now. I think we're at war. I think we're actually at war with China. But instead of destroying their industry by dropping bombs in their factory, we're doing this. I think it's a war nonetheless. Now, how they're going to retaliate, I don't know. We'll soon see. But at least something is happening big in this planet. So, we'll wait and see. Let's have a wee look. Lady Rotha. Yeah, good. Oh, who's that? Somebody's saying some horrible things. I think it must be further up because Lady Rotha is ripping into somebody. Yeah, somebody's got them. Yeah, we get trolls. Get a lot of trolls these days. A lot of them. We never used to get any. We're getting a lot of them now, but it's normally the same godless fools and half-wits that other people get. So that's where we are. There's nothing else I need to show you other than, because another brother was on to me because he missed it yesterday. He said, could you show this sword? I'll show you again. And this belt that I get tied up with. I'm going to show you the belt first because I keep getting myself tied up with the thing. It's wretched. Hold on, it's not wretched, it's beautiful, but it's an awful thing to try and manoeuvre. You see that? All leather, all stars and shiny bits. Beautiful leather scabbard with the cross here. Really nice that. I hope I don't even know if he's in the room. I hope you're in the room today. Let's have a look. And there we go. And as we know, non nobis domini, non nobis sed nomine, tu da gloriam. Not for us the glory, Lord, but glory unto you, and only you. Here we go. So I hope you can see that, brother. The pummel has got two different badges either side. It's a solid tang. It's a solid tang sword, which means it doesn't just go up there and stop. The whole thing is one piece. It is very heavy, it is very dangerous, and it's a very fine piece of weaponry indeed, as other brothers can tell you. So, let's get into that. Oh dear. So, I hope you've seen that this time. Tomorrow, we may have a very special guest. We shall see. So I don't want to say too much about it in case it doesn't come off, then I look really stupid, or even more stupid than I am already. Again, Sunday we're going to be doing the Sunday service, so you do us a great favour if you like the video, click subscribe, press the bell, comment below, and share. We're getting more people in here, and as you know, we share it about on different mediums, so the YouTube figures aren't who are actually seeing this. There's a lot more people see it, but not enough. We need everybody to come and hear the Templar message and speak to good people like you. You're the key to the future. Because I've already spoke to some people who have just recently been getting involved with Templars on chat rooms and things like that, and have said, wow, this is like a breath of fresh air. These people are decent, honest, straightforward, and very kind people. Decent people. Grown-up people. Because most of the chat rooms they're in are filled up with lunatics and bad people and just imbeciles. So you guys are really making a difference. So the more people we can pull in, we can drag them out of this world of chaos, insecurity, fear, and nonsense, and start binding them together and mentoring people and bring them on the true path and guide them towards Christ. That's our duty. It's every one of us. It's my prayer that we do that. So it's very important. Who have we got here? Let me just see. Who did I miss? Did I miss it? Andy McCoy. Good to see you. Yeah, Andy, we don't actually... They're sharp. They could cut your leg off without being fully sharpened. And we have problems with customs when they're actually razor sharp. They're very dangerous. Timothy Koss, nice to see you, brother. And Liam Donald, he used to be a what? I don't know what that is. You were an order of the Solar Temple. Good grief. Well, I hope that's cleared up. I hope you've got tablets for it and get away. I don't know what it is, but it sounds a bit peculiar. I don't like the sound of that, brother. And Robert Simmons is there. Excellent. God bless you, brother. So that's us for another day. Thanks for popping in. I hope I've still been some service to you during this lockdown period. I hear America's coming off lockdown in certain states, even this week. I pray to God that you were all off lockdown and out and about. But I'm out and about anyway. But, you know, we have to do what we have to do. And I just hope this thing is over sooner rather than later so we can get back to normal. People get back to their jobs. Because everybody needs to work. A man needs to work or he goes doolally. You know, it's a funny thing that women are built to be in the house. Must be biology, you know, looking after kids and everything. But any man that sits in the house for a few weeks, he starts going loopy. He starts going loco. So I hope yous are all in good stead and you've not all went mad. Kevin, how you doing? See you tomorrow. There's Jake DiMaggio from Boston. Yep, excellent. Joe Mitchell, Liam Donald. Yep. Oh yeah, Liam McDonald. Yeah. Ah, good. Yep. No, he needs to go. You need to see what he's saying there. So there we go. Yep. Yeah, we're getting a load of Irish trolls in for some bizarre reason. Yeah, he's one needs to go. Crazy Irish trolls, as if there's not enough to be worried about in Ireland without coming on and trolling us. It's bizarre. But listen, there's bizarre folk everywhere. Who cares? But the brothers in America can share this in Australia and Canada, New Zealand and all these other places, please do so. And it'll be great. Stephen Ash, I spoke to you today. Excellent. Thanks very much. Yeah, you just bought a sword. Excellent. Stephen, you're more than welcome, and then we can help you with. Always lift the phone. We're always here or go through the chat system. Good man, Stephen Ash, and you will enjoy your sword, I can assure you. Well, look, that's all from me today. I wish you all very, very well. I hope you have a great day or evening, wherever you are in the world. And tune in tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have a very special guest. But remember, until then, stick close to God. You won't go far wrong. Dus Volt.
The threat is real, and we are on the front line. In a world of misinformation and attacks from the left and mainstream media, censorship, deplatforming, it is time to call out the fake news and bring you the truth. We are the Knights Templar. Visit our website and join today. We are the Resistance. Deus Volt.